a federal megapod coming here to Tulsa that could administer 6,000 doses a day or more.
That news from Tulsa's mayor offering some new hope for Oklahomans waiting for the vaccine, even as a new COVID-19 forecast from the CDC predicts the U.S. death toll could climb to 530,000 by the end of this month. Also, this is happening as Johnson & Johnson announces it has applied to the FDA for emergency use authorization for its coronavirus vaccine. Right now in the Sooner State, there are nearly 400,000 reported cases of the virus, more than 2,700 reported today. Sadly, 27 more deaths, 6 happening here in Tulsa County, and that brings the total deaths in Tulsa County to 606. Meanwhile, Tulsa County is going to be home to a megapod vaccination site. 2 Works for You's Katie Kelleher sharing what this means for the city and when we could see it open. Katie?
Thanks, Karen. We don't have too many details of the site just yet, but we do know the city will soon have what's called a megapod that can administer more than 6,000 vaccine doses per day. Dr. Bruce Dart with the Tulsa Health Department says the federal megapod is part of a plan from FEMA. They're currently in the process of selecting a site for it and have no time frame for when it will start.
The pod here that we're discussing will be manned by the military and federal employees.
The news coming on the same day as Johnson & Johnson applies for emergency use authorization for its coronavirus vaccine, which would make it the country's 3rd. Johnson & Johnson says its vaccine is 72% effective here in the U.S. and 85% effective in preventing the most serious symptoms, making it less effective than the 2 vaccines already available. Dr. Dart says the single-shot vaccine will most likely not be available here until late spring or early summer, but he's looking forward to it.
Just from a logistical perspective, only having to administer 1 dose as opposed to 2 will allow us to get vaccine out much quicker and vaccinate more people in a safe manner.
Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum says Oklahoma is 6th in the nation for people who have received their first dose as a percent of population. He says Tulsa COVID hospitalizations are going down, but he's asking Tulsans to remain cautious.
This is a positive trend, but it's not a cause for celebration. We still have a long way to go. We can't let up in our effort to stamp out this virus, and the only way to do that is for our effort as a community to be unrelenting.
Now, if you're thinking about having a Super Bowl watch party this weekend, Dr. Dart and Mayor Bynum are asking people to avoid large gatherings and watch the game with those in your household. Katie Kelleher, 2 Works for You.
Plans for a megapod are also underway in Oklahoma County. The executive director of the Oklahoma City County Health Department making that announcement today. It's just like the one coming to Tulsa, and that the pod will offer vaccines 6 or 7 days a week. That's in addition to other vaccination sites. The Oklahoma City County Health Department thinks their megapod could serve 35,000 people a week.